Have you ever attempted anything and failed before? Well, in today's video, we're going to talk about why failure is not necessarily a bad thing and how, if used properly, it can be the one of the best tools that you can have in your arsenal to grow and to really excel at something that you're trying to achieve. Now, the popular belief is that when you fail, when you try something and it doesn't work, that you give up. And sometimes that is the last thing you want to do, particularly if you have a worthwhile goal. Failure is, when put in a proper perspective, is a positive thing. And I think it's something that needs to be taught primarily to the younger generation as they're coming up, because we have, I think, given failure a bad rap. We have this notion that when you fail, it's the giving up. That's why you have a lot of individuals, myself included, in today's environment, that there's certain things that you fail at it and you just want to move on and just never try it again. The fear of failure is a thing. And it's not something that we should embrace. It's something that we should actually shun. Because if you're trying to develop yourself, if you're trying to become better at any aspect in your life, finances, health, whatever it is, you're going to fail before you get better. And it's one of the mindsets that I've been trying to add more and more into my life, is that I'm going to suck before I get better. You're not going to just immediately try something and then you're just a genius at it and you're ready to rock and roll. That's not the case. When you fail and you take the time to examine what did not work and how you fail, you're adjusting to success. And let me say that again. When you take the time to examine what has failed and what has not worked, you're adjusting your course towards success. It's not that you're hitting a brick wall or you're hitting a dead end, but you're adjusting your course towards success. A lot of people have this mindset, and again, I don't know where it's coming from, but it's prevalent in our society, in our community, that when you fail, you automatically give up. It's just, it's not meant to be, and we just need to move on. But in you persisting, which is important, when you are persisting, you are giving yourself permission to grow. You're giving yourself the space that you need to develop that muscle, to move towards that worthwhile goal. There's always going to be failures. But if you look diligently, you're also going to find lessons learned. And if you think about a baby, I was watching a video the other day, you think about a baby as they learn to walk, right? They don't have the mindset that, okay, well, I fall down, let me sit down and not move on. Babies, they fall down, then they get up. They fall down and they get up. And as they're falling, they're learning how to take steps forward. And we need to have that mindset that as I am falling, it's not a failure. I just need to learn how I fell and why I fell. Then the next time you get up, you don't make that same mistake again, right? And people who fail to learn from their past, as they say, are doomed to repeat it because they have not taken the time to learn those all-important lessons. When you take the time to examine why you failed, then you're better for it. The Army has what they call an after-action report that they do for all their missions. And essentially, they're examining where they had success and particularly where they had failures. And this is what we need to get into the mindset. This is what everybody should be doing, right? When you have your success, write them down. When you have your failures, write them down. You'll have a better, I think, map of how you're progressing through life and what has not worked, so you don't keep banging your head against that wall, but you're moving forward on what you need to do. You're testing. As you're testing, you're learning. As you're learning, you're course correcting. And then you just keep moving in those methodologies about how you are to proceed. It's not just try, fail, give up. You try, you fail, you try again, you fail, you try again, you do a little better, and you keep going. It also, this framework also helps you with your character development. You cannot learn by just succeeding the first time. Nobody does. But as you fail, you learn what not to do, and you're better for it. The persistence comes with the failure. The character development comes with the failure. It doesn't really come with the success. You don't learn a lot from success. You learn more from failure. And you don't learn if you avoid the failure. The lessons are in the failure. The lessons are not there. There are lessons in the success. Let me not say there is not, but you have more lessons in the failure than you do in the successes that you do have. And I think the reason for that is that people, when we have the success, we celebrate the goal, but we don't really take the time to sit down and say, okay, well, how did I succeed? You just enjoy it, and then you move on to something else. But in the failure, there is there's a lot of evidence as to why you fail, because the goal that you're aiming for has still not been achieved, and the thing that you tried, it just didn't work. But taking the time to look at it, taking the time to examine it, is a path forward. It will move you forward. And the question I want you guys to ask or to think about when you are failing or when you are attempting something is, would I attempt this if I knew that failure was a positive? Would I attempt this if I knew that failure was a positive? You're going to learn something. You're going to be better for it. It is a positive. Will it be easy? No. Sometimes it's actually painful, but it is necessary because you grow when these things happen. If you're working out, if you're exercising, there's a lot of pain in the exercise, the soreness that comes afterwards and these kind of things. But nobody says, well, okay, well, I'm going to give up because I felt sore. You keep going because in that pain, there is growth. In the struggle with the exercise, the weight, whatever the regimen that you're doing, there is growth that happens both internally and externally. Mentally, you're getting stronger as well as physically. So when you're failing, when you're having challenges in your life, don't see them as a barrier to you moving forward. See them as a bridge from where you are to where you should be going. See it as a vehicle that enables you to be better than you presently are right now. And when you embrace the failure, you're not falling backwards, you're actually failing forward. And when you're failing forward is better than just giving up. Because I believe when you give up, that's when you're falling backwards. Because there's nothing else there. There is no path forward. But if I say, okay, well, I fell down, I'm gonna get up, look at what didn't work, and I'm gonna keep moving, then you're actually propelling yourself in a direction that you need to go. Don't give up and keep moving forward. If you guys like the video, please comment and subscribe below. I'd love to hear what has not worked and what has worked in your path of development. And if you have any suggestions on topics that you think the channel should be covering, let me know. Hit me up in the comments and we'll see what we can do to get these videos out and to encourage and create a community that is not afraid to fail, but we all develop together and we all keep moving forward. See you guys later.